Your goal today is I find area. So yesterday we found the perimeter of objects by tracing along the outside of them. So the perimeter was just like a line on the outside. Today, we're going to find area. An area of an object, if we're still working with an object like that, is the inside or the space that it takes up. So when we find area today, we'll be counting how many units are inside of something. What does that look like? That means if I have a shape, like this, yesterday we counted the outside. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So yesterday for perimeter, we added. Okay, so we would add 3 plus 3, which is 6, and then 2 plus 2, which is 4, and then 6 plus 4, which is 10 units. And that was perimeter. But area is how many of these are on the inside. So the area is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So my area is actually the top times the side in this instance. 3 times 2, or 6 units. So area and perimeter, you'll notice, are two different numbers. Now, this formula works for rectangles, but not everything we have is a rectangle, which is why we need to understand that to find area, we count the number of units in an object. So I create an object like this. I can simply find the area by counting up all the squares that make up my object. So I would simply count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This would have an area of 10. And then again, I need to write units. I could create another one. It could look like this. Now my area has changed. I need to count my squares again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now I have an area of 6 units. So as you do your work today, tomorrow, and in the future, you will need to think about the number of square units that fit inside of something. Now, units vary based upon what shape it is, what it looks like, and the actual like abbreviation. So feet, inches, centimeters. So let's go back to the rectangles that we know. So if we had a shape like this, and it is saying 4 feet by 3 feet, we could think about that as 1, 2, 3, 4 this way, and then 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We have an area of 12, or like we talked about before, you can do 4 times 3, and that's going to equal 12. And because it's area, it's feet squared. So it's units squared. Now, things will get more complicated. You might have a shape like this. That's interesting. This might be 10. This might be 7. This might be 2. And this might be 4. So the way we're going to do this is we're going to find our squares within it that we can do. So I can make an invisible dotted line here. And this area would be 4 times 2. And 4 times 2 is 8. So this would be 8 units squared. Then over here, this rectangle would be 7 times 10. And 7 times 10 is 70 units squared. And then to figure out what it is all together, I would simply add these up and do 70 plus 8, which would be 78 units squared. So today you will be practicing finding area of various objects. Some will be like our squares and some will be like this. So good luck, show your work, make sure you put unit squares.